I always have thought that words are the first level of manifestation. That, after you've taken your idea from your imagination, it's like you form words around that, and that's the first manifestation of the idea. And it sounds like that might be kind of in the same line of what you're talking about.
Yes, and that's true. And then when we actually speak them rather than think them, that adds more intensity behind
Yeah.
them. So 100%.
Yeah, the more sensory it can be, I think the more difference it makes, right?
Definitely. So if we could stand there and go, it's almost like I want to be Wonder Woman. It's like, I'm doing this and blah, 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 that kind of thing. But
Yeah.
it just adds more momentum behind the energy.
Very cool. Can we go back a little bit to your own discovery of these gifts that you have?
Cool.
And you said that it was well into your 40s before you realized that, that this was something, and you found a name for it, and you found, maybe a purpose behind it. But in the intervening years, those 25 years between when you discovered that your grandfather was still around, and that you could communicate with him, what were some of the other things that happened in that intervening time where you were, confronted with the idea that this is something that's going on for me, and I have no idea how to categorize it, have no idea how to process it? Can you tell us a little bit about how you integrated all of those things?
It was kind of natural in a way, even though I wasn't accepted, because for me, it's no different if someone can just sing beautifully.
Yeah.
You just can. So it was very much like that for me. So the fact that I could dream something and then turn on the TV and it was there.
Yeah.
It just was. Sometimes that being said, I was kind of amazed. It's like, oh, wow. So I would always, when I had partners, I would sort of share it, because I think it was almost like me writing it down. I have to tell someone that I just had this bizarre dream, and let's just wait for it to be on the TV.
Yeah.
Because there was a whole period in my 20s that it was like that. But it was where I would just use it to live. So, for example, I would have I'm going to call it a vision, where I would just see something and go, I can't go down that street because I can see that a car has had a car accident and the road is blocked.
Yeah.
And there were occasions where I remember once with my mother, I said to her, we can't go down that street because a car has had a car accident. We can't get there. She didn't believe me. We went down there, and then she saw it. It's like, oh, okay. So it was just, she never still accepted who I was. She's just like, oh, she just knows things. And with that, there was a lot of judgment in regards to, oh, you just know it all. So I did get a lot that from the family. It's like, you just know it all. You just think you know it all. It's like, no, I can't help what I see. It just is.
Yeah.
So that was just what life was. I just sensed things, and if I listened to them, life was a little bit easier if I acknowledged them. And if I ignored them, then I'm like kicking myself. It's like, oh, I should have known better, because this is what happened for me. And I know this happens to so many people. And there's probably a lot of people listening. It's like, yeah, the amount of times that I haven't listened to my instincts, my gut, and I'm kicking myself now is because on a level, even though they may not necessarily be seeing things, they're feeling things. They're getting these intuitive hits, because we all do. Mine's just a little bit more. That's all.
Yeah. And yours is accompanied by a visual very often.
I have visual and hearing as well. So for me, I hear things. So particularly if I'm communicating with those that have transitioned, so no bodies anymore.
Yeah.
I can hear those just like normal conversations.
You'll hear a voice or something like that.
Yeah, just hear them and see and feel. So feel emotions or feel pains. If I sit with someone across from them and they may have some physical health issues, I can feel where it is, how deep it is within the body, if it's significant, if it's just muscular, these type of things.
Yeah.
I can feel all those kind of things as well.